Hunters have a lot to be excited for, with the stable slots increasing to 200 and all the new tameable pets coming in Shadowlands. So I wanted to make this video giving you a few more reasons to be excited for the pre-patch in particular. I wanted to run through 10 of the new tameable pets you'll be able to pick up in the pre-patch. You won't need to level or anything for these. The second the pre-patch goes live, you'll be able to pick up these new pets to your collection. There is also going to be a book that allows us to tame new undead pets. The problem is we don't know where that book comes from, whether it's in the pre-patch or it's going to be in Shadowlands content itself. We're not too sure. It does hint towards it coming from the Shadowlands, Maldraxxus in particular, but right now we don't know. Although Forsaken players will actually be able to tame these undead pets just from the second the pre-patch goes live, so you might have a bit of a head start on everyone else. But I'm not going to be talking about those undead pets in this video, just because I want it to be, pre-patch specific, and if most players can't tame them apart from Forsaken players, it just didn't make too much sense. So kicking this list off at number 10, we're going to be talking about the new Giraffe Pets. Giraffes have been in the game for ages, and players have actually wanted to be able to tame these for quite a while. I'm not particularly a fan, but I know there's a lot of people that did want to tame giraffes, so I had to talk about them. You'll be able to pick up yourself a giraffe from Sholazar Basin, just kind of south of the Nessamwari base camp. You'll find the two different versions of the giraffe there. And these ones have a little bit of an extra function as well. Once they're tamed, if you click on them, they still will make a little bit of a giraffe noise. I don't particularly like them though because of how much they get shrunk. And when they're running at things, it feels a little bit like nightmare fuel, honestly. If you want a more standard looking giraffe though, you can pick that up just a little bit north of the Ratchet in Northern Barrens. You'll find the normal coloured giraffes there if you do want one of those. And these are going to be a part of the stag family, so it's not going to be a new unique family. Next up at number 9, we have the new Shaleworms. Obviously we've had the Shale Beast for quite a while, but this is the first time we've been able to tame the Shaleworms. And as them being a Shale Beast, it will be a Beast Mastery only pet. You will need to be PBM to be able to tame these. And there's a bunch of different color variants. Unfortunately, there's no unique one in particular, but I just like these in general because of their like spinning mouth of doom. It's like that hole is not a goal kind of thing. Like it just looks very menacing. So I've always liked the Shaleworms. And yeah, as I said, there's no unique color in though. There's not like a color that comes from just one place, which I always find kind of cool with hunter pets if there's one that just is from one particular place. The one we're going to highlight though is the red one. And this is going to come from a few places, but the one we're going to talk about is Corboros in the Stone Core. So you'll head to Deepholm, you'll head inside the dungeon, and you'll be able to pick this up as the first boss. You'll just tame it, nothing special, and you'll get yourself a red Shaleworm. But as I said, there's a bunch of different colorants if you do like the other ones better. At number 8, we have the domesticated pigs. These were introduced in BFA, and there's a ton of them all around Drusvar, and there's a bunch of different color variants that are tameable as well. The color variant we're going to talk about in particular though is the Cursed Black Pig, and this one comes from Waycrest Manor, and the reason why I'm pointing this one out in particular is because it's the only place that you can get this particular color variant. So I'm all about that kind of more unique one that you have to get from a specific place. So you'll need to head into Waycrest Manor, the dungeon. You can flick it on normal, and you want to head over to the section where the big pig boss is, and there you'll find the Cursed Black Pigs. You can tame yourself up a Gorstein piglet, and it also makes noise when clicked as well. So not only is it a unique shade, but you're also going to get the unique perk of it having, a clickable feature too. At number 7, we have the kunchongs from Pandaria. And unfortunately, there's only 2 color variants of these tameable at the moment. Hopefully they do add more, because the one I wanted in particular was either, both of the ones that aren't tameable really. The one from Heart of Fear, which is like the 3rd boss, or the one from Gate of the Setting Sun, which is the last boss. And I wanted that one in particular for when it's all beaten up and it's like carapace has been broken. I wanted that version really, really badly. Unfortunately, those 2 in particular aren't tameable. So instead, the one that I'm going to be talking about is the red kunchong. And this is going to be a Beast Mastery only pet. It's going to be exotic. And to get this one, you'll head over to kind of like the North Island from Townlong Steppes. There'll be a bunch of like the manted people here. And then there'll be a feeding pit, and inside the feeding pit you'll pick up yourself the red kunchong. Also on top of this as well, they have added the 3 colours of the Azir Goliaths as tameable now too. So you can head over to Oldham and pick yourself up one of those if you do prefer them over the kunchongs. The kunchongs are better though, so I don't know what you're doing if you get one of those instead. At number 6, we have horses, which will be under a new pet family called coursers, and a few other things are going to be in that as well. But I'm actually surprised it's taken this long for horses to become tameable. I mean, they love throwing them out as mounts, right? So I'm surprised it's taken this long to get them as hunter pets. Now, the one we were going to talk about in particular was this demonic horse, which you can find in Heroic Shadowfang Keep. That's the one I wanted to add in this list, but for whatever reason, it's flagged as tameable when you use Beast Lore, and other people have said they've tamed it, but I can't tame it, it just won't let me, so I'm not too sure if it's bugged, or they're going back on being able to tame this, or it's going to be maybe under the Undead ones or something later down the line. Who knows? But hopefully this one's tameable, because I do quite like this one. So what we're actually going to talk about instead is freckles, which you can find within Tiragard Sound. And this is kind of a weird one. So this is the main way that Alliance are going to be able to tame a lot of their like horse skins, because a lot of them are just aggressive to Horde and not for Alliance. So they added this as a way for Alliance players to be able to get a lot of the different claw skins. And the way this mob will work is it'll just be in one spot, it'll run around, you'll see on the map now, and you'll be able to tame it. But what will happen is after about 6 or 7 minutes, it'll respawn again, and it should be a different kind of skin color. So you can keep rotating through them until you do get the one that you want. And obviously this is more aimed at Alliance, because Horde, you're going to have a ton of different sources for the various Horde horse pets. And there are a ton of different color variants as well of these. So if there's one in particular you're after that, you know, isn't from freckles or whatever, then you should be able to find that as well. But yeah, tons of horse pets if you are into getting a horse. Getting to the last 5 now, and these are going to start getting a lot more cool, or at least I think they're more cool because it's, well, it's my list. But at number 5, we have the LX, and this is another one I'm surprised has taken so long to become tameable. The different types of LX are now tameable, the older looking model and the newer looking model. Apart from the pink LX from the old model, that's not tameable, even though there's a bunch of sources for it. But the one we're going to talk about in particular is the Iron Horde LX. And this, you know, it's just really cool looking. It's got that kind of like fiery armor on it. I just think it looks great. So you're going to be able to pick this up from Draenor in Talador. And within Talador, you'll find a rare elite called Steel Tusk. Nothing special you need to know about this, and it respawns really quickly. So you can just head over there, tame it, and get yourself an Elec. And these are going to be in the Mammoth family, and you won't need to be Beast Mastery in particular to tame these, so go and get yourself an Elec of your choosing. Dolly and Duck can now be your best friends, because at number 4 you can tame alpacas. There's a bunch of different color variants of alpacas you can tame, but there's one in particular that's more unique. There's one that you can get from Vol'dun that kind of has the saddle on it, and it will also make noise when clicked on as well, so that's a unique feature to the rest of the alpacas you can tame. It has basically 2 unique features to it. One is the saddle on it, and the other is the fact that it'll make some noise when clicked on. And you can find these kind of with the outcast Zandalari that are walking around the zone. They'll have it on a leash, and you'll be able to just steal it from it right in front of its eyes, and it'll kind of be on you a little bit in anger, but hey, it's your pet now. For spot number 3, this probably would have been higher for me if it wasn't for the fact that probably every single person is going to have one of these pets when the pre-patch goes live, and that is Cloud Serpents. I absolutely love most of the Cloud Serpent models, and those are now going to be tameable. It will have a catch though. You will need to get yourself the How to School Your Serpent book, which will come from being exalted with the Order of the Cloud Serpent. And I've got another guide that you can look at that will be in the description down below that will show you how to get exalted with the Order of the Cloud Serpent and all of the various colours of the Cloud Serpents that are tameable if you are interested. The ones we're going to pick out in particular though is going to be the Heavenly Azure colour, and that is going to be from the Hall of the Serpent found in Vale of Eternal Blossoms or in the Golai Halls. And if you're in the 8.3 phasing of Vale of Eternal Blossoms, then right at the bottom during the Mogu invasion will be a rare spawn called Ray Lun, and you can tame this. It's going to be quite difficult to tame though, just due to people trying to kill it for the mount as well. But if you're able to tame that, you'll be able to get yourself that Heavenly Azure coloring, which is really, really good. Also kind of sharing this spot as well, I had to talk about it, but that's also the fact that you can tame the Elegon as well from Mogu Shen Vault, so you're going to get that Astral Cloud Serpent as well. But that one is a spirit beast, so you'll need the book, and you'll also need to be base mastery to tame the astral one. Not the other ones, just the astral one in particular. As spot number 2, we have the Dark Orange Spectral Runner, which is a part of the Coursers family. And I think this pet's going to get you quite a bit of whispers, because it's one of the only, or it's the only Dream Runner pet obtainable before Shadowlands. The rest are going to come from like Arden Wields and stuff. So it's going to be unique in that sense. The other unique side to it as well, it's the only spectral one. So it's got a lot going for it. And then the way you get this pet as well is quite unique too. Whether it's going to remain, I don't know. I think they're just going to leave it in now. But the way you get it is you need the invasion point from Argus called Bonich. So if you've ever done the Argus content before, and there'll be basically these invasion points that will be highlighted by green portals on the map. You go inside the green portal and it will take you to like an alternate planet. And it changes what planets are up. So you're going to have to wait around until the invasion point is Bonich. When that is Bonich, you can go inside, and then just behind the portal as you enter will be these 2 dream runners running around. You can throw a trap down to stop one in its place, and then you'll begin the tame and you'll get yourself that dark orange spectral runner. So really unique looking, definitely pretty cool. So I do think it deserves the 2nd spot on the list. For the last spot, because I'm a sucker for big doggos, and that's going to be the hellhound guam. And it's just pretty cool, right, to have like a Cerberus style pet. It is classed as a dog / hound as well, so you're going to be able to tame this as any hunter spec. You don't have to be BM in particular, and it's just really nice. Now this is going to have limited sources in pre-patch, but once we move on to Shadowlands, there's going to be a ton of different sources for these and a bunch of different color variants as well. But while we're in the pre-patch, you know, pick this up and you'll definitely stand out from a lot of other players. To get this, you'll need to go to Helheim, which you can get to through Stormheim. You'll take the portal, there'll be like a special portal. It'll take you to the underworld Helheim, and then there you'll just find Guam kind of sleeping. You'll be able to tame that, and you'll get yourself the hellhound. So it's just pretty cool. I definitely think it deserves the top spot at least. Definitely for now, until we do get a bunch of them moving into Shadowlands. So that does bring us to the end of the list, but don't worry hunters, there will be a bunch more videos coming over the next month. We'll be talking about the undead pets that you can tame once the book is found, and then we'll also be talking about the pets coming in Shadowlands as well. Bunch of new cool looking pets for you to tame, so you've got some content to be excited about there. And I definitely do want to say thank you to Petopia for putting the information together, because without Petopia and the people who contribute to Petopia, a video like this becomes a hell of a lot harder. So definitely show Petopia some love in the website link down below. Outside of that, look out for more videos coming soon. Once again, especially Shadowlands content, as that is around the corner now. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.